Hi everyone, Miss Kelly from the Wakanda Area Library here to show you what you're doing with this month's Art to Go kit. So this month we're making our own board games. It's a great time of year to have something fun to do on those cold snowy days. And also I thought it'd be fun to make it a cold snowy kind of board game. So inside your kit you're going to find a large sheet of paper that we're going to use for our game board, some game pieces, some holes in the ice, some icebergs, and then I'm also going to put in there some of these little plastic counters, like these little discs, a baby seal that I've already cut out for you, and also a few fish that I've already cut out for you too, because they're kind of tiny and a little tricky to cut out. You're going to need some scissors, some kind of glue, something to color with, and then to play the game you're going to have to borrow a dice from another game that you have, or maybe if you have one of those little plastic spinners you could use that too. So the first thing that you're going to need to do is some careful cutting. So you can always have someone help you if you need a little bit of help with your cutting, or you can just take your time and carefully cut out all your separate pieces. It's going to take a little while, so you don't want to rush through it. Maybe you have a brother or a sister or a friend or a mom or dad that can help you do your cutting too, just because it's a lot of cutting. So I'm going to cut out one of these holes in the ice here. I already pre-cut a lot of things so I can show you guys how to assemble this really quickly. I think we're going to call it Hungry Hungry Polar Bears maybe. Or Feed the Polar Bears, or maybe the Frozen Tundra game. You guys can come up with a name of your own. It's going to be your game. And I'm going to tell you the rules that I've been using when I've been playing at my house, but you guys can, again, do anything you want. So here's one of my holes in the ice. And then I've got all my little icebergs cut out, all these little circles. And my little bear heads already cut out. Okay, so one of the first things you need to do is you're going to have to color your bear in. So this is how we're going to be able to tell who's who. So a fun thing to do is when you're playing with somebody, you guys can all cut and color your own bears out so that you can make them individual to you, so we know whose piece is who. I'm going to make mine a green one. And I also want to put a little face on him. And I put these little plastic discs in here so that your little paper bear head won't blow around on the board too easily. So grab one of these, put a little glue. A glue stick will work fine on this, or if you have liquid glue, that works fine too. And just remember you have to let it dry a little bit longer. Okay, put a little in there. Put my bear in there, let him dry. Okay, all right, I'm gonna set him to the side while he's drying. All right, now I'm gonna take all of my icebergs and lay them out. Now it's important to lay it out before you start gluing because you wanna make sure everything's gonna fit. So I think I'll put 3, maybe 3 is good. And then I'm gonna put a hole in the ice right there. And then another iceberg, another one. So you see I'm kind of making a path for the bears to follow. Okay, oh, I think maybe I will put my baby seal right here. Okay, and then another iceberg. This is how polar bears hunt for their food. They have to jump on the floating ice very often. It's pretty tricky stuff. Okay. I think I'm going to put one more hole in the ice right here. 2 more icebergs. You see what I mean? How it's pretty important to make sure you measure it out, see how it fits kind of tight over here. And I'm going to put my little fish here at the end because that's how you win. You have to get to the fish. Okay, I think maybe I might want to scoot it over this way a little bit. Scoot things a little bit so everything fits. Okay, once you're happy with where everything is, then you're going to start gluing everything down. Just a little on the back. Make sure you press it down well. Oops. You want this to last for a long time, so put some good glue on there so they'll stay in their spots. So while I'm gluing this down, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the rules. So, like I said, you're going to hop from iceberg to iceberg until you get to the end, and the first one to feed their polar bear is the one who wins. But the problem is, on the way, if you land on a hole in the ice, You have to go all the way back to the start again. But there's also a baby seal. If you help the baby seal find its family, you get to go ahead one spot. So if you land on the baby seal, that means you get to move ahead one spot. So that's a good one too. So it could be pretty fun. You really want to be careful and not land on that hole in the ice. Look, there's one right here. We put one close to the end so that you could be almost to the fish and end up having to go all the way back to the beginning again. I think it makes it more fun and a little bit more exciting. But like I said, those are my rules. That's the ones I made up to play this game. If you think of something that might be fun to add, or if you want to add another little extra thing in on the game board, you can always add all your own ideas in. I love it when you guys are creative and make up your own things. This is always just my idea, and then you guys can add whatever you want. I got to put a little bit of glue on there. I'm doing this kind of quick so you guys can get an idea what it looks like, but I want you to take your time and glue them down really well. All right. And then our 3 little fishies right here. The winner gets to eat the little fishies. First one to the pile of fish. So, the cool thing is every single person's game is going to look a little different because I want you guys to personalize it for yourself. Let me close my glue up. My little game piece is all dry now. So I'm going to write my start here. I have to write it backwards. Start. And then finish is over here. Pretty tricky writing upside down. Okay. And then you can also do things like maybe you can, I think maybe right over here. How about if I do this? I'll make some little decorations on my game. Like I said, I want to make it unique to me. Make some little polar bear tracks in the snow. Maybe wandered off the little path. Or you could draw some penguins. Or maybe even by the little hole in the ice, you could maybe add a narwhal's poking his head out. Okay. One more little footprint. Okay, and then you're ready to go. And you roll your dice. 1, 2, 3. And have fun. I hope you guys have a good time. Send me some pictures and let me see what your games came out like. And keep an eye out for next month's project. Bye now.